video, we want to talk about FCL or fault current limiter in PowerFactory. So here we have one component, FCL in PowerFactory. Here is fault current limiter. And the application of fault current limiter is when we have some systems that we want to limiting the value of the fault current. So for example, with some reasons, we cannot uh, uh, open the circuit breakers. For example, we have some circuit breakers. They have some, they're working on until 10 kiloampere, for example. We cannot, and then suddenly with some reasons, the fault current is increased to 15 kiloamp. So we cannot use that circuit breakers. So for this reason, we should install some fault current limiters in series with the transmission line like this to limiting the fault current and then make the magnitude of the fault current much lower, then we can use our circuit breakers to open the bit lower fault current. So here we have two exactly similar system. Here we install the fault current, so here we have the fault current. So normally if you want to install the fault current, before that you should install node here, and then fault current, and then the transmission line. So the transmission line is just simple with 0.5 ohm resistance and inductance, and just we use 110 kilovolts. So we made one fault here and another fault here, and here we can see the value of the phase currents in both systems. So we can see now it's same. We have a fault here and it's increased to 30 kiloamp, and now both are same. So here, if you double click in the fault current limiter here in the simulation EMT, because now we use the simulation EMT, we have some specification. So here is the current threshold is 60 kiloamp, for example. It say, okay, from how many kiloamp this fault current limit, the fault current limiter or FCL should start working. So I've, for example, reducing to, I don't know, 20 kiloamp. And then here we have some specification. So we have resistance in steady state. So without having the fault, the resistance should be less to do not have any kind of power losses during the steady state. Here we have maximum resistance. So during the fault, after this value. So if the fault current exceeding this one, then we will have this amount of the resistance in the system. Then we will have the resistance between the recovery period. So if you open the the PowerFactory model for fault current limiter, here you can see this curve. So this curve say that, okay, here first we don't have the resistance. The R is the resistance steady state value. Then it goes to maximum value for quenching value of the time, and then we have the first recovery and then second recovery, and then we have the steady state value again. So here the quenching period is 2 milliseconds, then the duration of the quenching period is 5 milliseconds, duration of the first recovery 5, and duration of second recovery is 5. So in total is 17 milliseconds. So we can see is less than one cycle. So it go to 20, build back to 10 during this period. So if now I make again simulation, so you can see the red one is the limited fault current. So the blue one is the real one without fault current limiter, and the red one is with FCL. So we can see it's limited, and the circuit breaker now easily isolate the line. And also if you make a load flow, and here if you make initial condition, and here also you can see how much is the fault current. For example, is 32 kiloamp, and here is 5 kiloamp. Even you can increasing and reducing. For example, if I make it 30 kiloamp, So we can see now is more uniform, more is repeated. So this application of the fault current limiter in different systems.